Hey guys, welcome back to Under Par Acres. I want to thank everybody who tuned in last week. I was kind of blown away, overwhelmed in a good way of how many people watched and all the great messages I got. People were calling me and texting me and sending me Facebook messages, and it was really awesome. The kids were fired up. They were so excited to see how many people were watching, and then how all of you guys that were subscribing. Thank you. And if you haven't subscribed, be sure you hit that subscribe button. Today, we're going to give you a grand tour of the entire property. We've owned property up here for 6 years now, and it's always been our dream to kind of buy property and build some property, and that's what we're in the middle of. And now we're on the verge of starting a house build, which we're extremely excited about. So thanks so much for tuning in. We want to just grow this thing and just have a great time with it. And so we're going to get started, give you the grand tour. We're going to start off here at our pole barn. This was actually here when we bought the property, and this has been just fantastic for us. We, originally it's really just, for keeping the tractor and equipment under, but we've really changed it now to more of like a covered pavilion. We've got our picnic tables that Pop made, keep the tractor, pull the tractor out when we show up, and put pea pebbles on the ground. So we just use it to eat dinner, lunch, everything we can when the weather's good is done under this pole barn. When it's raining, we can just sit outside under the rain and listen to it hit off the tin roof and just have a great time. This is our shed. It's a 10 by 20. We put this in about a year after we bought this property, and the original use was we kept it very clean, and I turned it into like a kind of a mini cabin. And this was where the boys and I would camp out. Built a loft. Well, there's already a loft. I turned that into kind of like a little bedroom for the kids, put a railing up, a mattress. The boys would sleep in that. I had a cot in there, had a table where I ran a kitchen, and boys and I would come up here and camp out and had an absolute blast. This is our RV. It's a 33-foot travel trailer. We bought it 2 years ago, and this really changed everything. We originally, when we came out here, we were always rushing. First we were rushing to get here from Atlanta. When we bought this RV, it really allowed us to come up here Friday after work and just stay the whole weekend. And this is when things really started to get fun. The kids started getting old enough that they could come out, and Caroline was old enough to start running around and playing. And we could stay in heat in the cold weather, and we could have air conditioning in the cool weather, and really made things start having a lot of fun, and started putting the idea in our head about how much it'd be fun to live here. This is my tractor. This has become one of my absolute favorite toys in the world. I was very fortunate to have bought it when we bought the property. I could not have managed this property without it. This is our little mini pond. It's really cool. Like right now, this is about as full as I've seen it. We had probably 4 to 6 inches of rain come through here over Thursday, Friday, I think. So this thing is really full. I really want to try to find a way to get this to hold water in the summer. Obviously if there's a drought, you're not going to, but that when it gets hot, this thing starts to drain pretty quick, but usually has about 6 inches to a foot of water in it. Right now, I'd say it's probably 2 to 3 feet deep, but really cool. And I'd like to figure out something to do with this, because it's a really fun thing to have. So we're standing here where we just planted last week our spring garden. A lot of you probably saw last week's video, and this is where it was. So hopefully in the next week or two, we start to see some sprouting take place. And then when we get in the middle of April, we will start planting more of the summer garden. But if you didn't see last week's video, I left a link for it in the description. So go take a look at how we got this garden set. this is the bridge we built to help get four-wheelers over. We built this for a school project. Got a whole video on it. It's called We Built a Bridge. So I'll put the description, I'll put the link to that video in the description box as well. So this is the Giant Boys Playground. Mommy has no say whatsoever in what we decide to do with this 10-acre field, and one of the very first things that's going to happen as soon as the weather dries up to where we can get the tractor out here is we're going to make our own private driving range. Now that might actually turn into a little 3-hole golf course, but this will be used for a lot of golf, and anything else we can dream up we will be doing.
And the baseball field is going to be back there, the football field is going to be right there, and the soccer field is going to be right there. And maybe we could make another field, a basketball court right there, and then the giant playground would be in there.
Wilson, you got any ideas?
I've got a bunch of ideas.
Can you share some with us?
So first, like Walker said, we've got plenty of room to make baseball fields, football fields, and soccer fields. But we can also make a giant playground.
That sounds awesome. All right, guys, so stay tuned. When we're gonna have a lot of episodes that we shoot from this field, because we're gonna do everything and anything that basically a lawnmower and a tractor is all we need. And we're gonna cut fields. We're just whatever you can think of. If you think of anything we should do that'd be cool, leave a comment. Tell us some ideas of what we can do, because we're gonna have a lot of fun and we're gonna play really hard. We're a golfing family. The kids are starting to really love it. My wife and I love it. And so what we did was last fall I built a golf hole, and all I did was smooth out the ground and plant ryegrass and put a flag and a hole in the ground, and the kids love playing it, and I'm going to show you that right now. Alright, so I'm trying to do a video flyover of our little golf hole that we made, and I told Wilson not to hit until I got far out there and then scream if it's coming at me. And he just hit a line drive that almost took the back of my head off. They screamed and I dove down and ducked, and it came flying by. I mean, he's just ripping them. You incentivize these kids to hit daddy and they turn into Tiger Woods. And perhaps the most important part of the tour is this right here, the future site of our new farmhouse. We are going to be starting building hopefully any week. Hopefully we get they're going to have to do carve a driveway for us first. Once they do that, they're ready to go. So hopefully, and we're going to show all of this to you. So we're going to kind of video every process of the build there is. So it should be a lot of fun, and hopefully we're starting soon. And this will be our view from our front porch.